Happy Thursday, Striver. I hope you're having a phenomenal week and you're ready to close it strong this day of Thursday, one more day of Friday, and jumping into a joyous weekend. Thursday is that day that you really get to calibrate how the week is going. You got this day and tomorrow to really show up and move things forward, to make that progress that you really want. Even if you've been struggling, if it's been a long week, some of the decisions didn't happen, some deals didn't happen, you heard some bad news, you still get to choose the attitude that you're going to have today. How are you going to approach this day? What's going to be important to you? What energy do you want to put into this world this day? How do you want to treat other people? This is another opportunity to live with intention, just like every day. Today, I'd like to share a simple framework that I just got tons of feedback for. I was on a panel, and a member of a Zoom group was asking how to deal with overwhelm and inaction. And often people think the reason they're not taking more action in life is overwhelm. And often I don't actually find that to be true when I'm coaching them one-on-one. There's other things going on, certainly more than overwhelm. Overwhelm or stress becomes a very convenient excuse for us. I'm not saying those things aren't real, nor saying they are unimportant, but often there's something else going on. You know, they say, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know. I want to start the stream, but I'm overwhelmed. I want to improve my family, but I'm overwhelmed. I want to go for that new job or that promotion or that new opportunity, but I'm overwhelmed. I want to start getting healthy, eating better, but I'm overwhelmed. And usually they're not actually overwhelmed. Overwhelm says you have so much on your plate and there's so many things going on that you feel really paralyzed with the sense that you can't handle it. And not everybody feels the same when I say stress or overwhelm or even thinks about inaction the same way. So let me walk you through this framework I gave and see if it resonates. I always think of inaction or overwhelm or apathy or anything going on in our lives where we don't feel like we're moving forward as being sort of stuck in a little bit of a pit of overwhelm, a pit of despair, a pit of discouragement, a pit of fear, a pit of uncertainty, whatever we're going to call it, that lower zone emotional quality that prevents us from progressing. Let's just call it the PIT. P-I-T, that's the acronym today. The P stands for a plan. Obviously, overwhelm happens so often when we don't have a clear plan. We don't know what step 1, 2, and 3 is. And worse, we think we're supposed to know it. I always tell people, don't spend so much time thinking of a plan. Go get one. Somebody has already achieved everything you could possibly think of that you want. You want a better marriage? There's books and books and books on it. You want a better relationship with your kids? Tons of books. You want a better business? Lots of books. You want to eat healthier? Tons of books. Oh, Brent, I'm not a book person. Okay. TED Talks? Okay, people's online courses? Okay, some mentorship programs? There's so many opportunities to model others and to get their plan. I'm somebody who, as soon as I think of an idea and I'm clearly committed to it, I know it's something that's important to me, I want to go after it, I immediately invest in someone else's plan, someone else who's already figured it out. I take their course, I go to their seminar, I listen to their audio, I start taking notes on their podcast. I do something to learn from somebody else who's already gone there. You gotta have a plan. And if you don't model it from somebody else and you have to invent it yourself, that's fine too. But the most important thing is, do you know your plan for this day? Overwhelm, sure. Am I overwhelmed by all the things I could be doing in 6 months? Yeah, okay. I guess I could spin myself into a big concern and worry about it. Or I just say, what do I need to do today? What's 3 actions I can take towards this thing, this idea, this dream today? And you can do that. You can determine today what to do. Step 1, 2, and 3. Okay, search for an expert on this. Buy their course. Watch it. It can be that simplistic, and I know I'm teasing a little bit here for you, but I think most people, when they say they're overwhelmed, the truth is they kind of do have a plan. They probably know 1 or 2 or 3 things they could do today or this week to move towards it, but they just haven't. And so I've often found in coaching people, they have a plan already. They've already got instruction. They've taken notes. They've written about it. They've thought about it for years. They have a pretty clear picture of it, and they're still not doing it. But if they're blaming stress and overwhelm at that point, of course, I want to understand the other things going on in their life, the circumstances that are leading to those stressors or that overwhelm. But you know what I often find is the second part of this acronym. The P stands for plan. The I in PIT stands for identity. Identity. Often we say that we're overwhelmed or we're freaked out in trying something new. I have all this fear. Actually, you don't have that much fear. You just lack vision of yourself doing the thing successfully in the future. There's no compelling future of yourself doing that thing. You're not seeing it, visualizing it, sensing it. Your esteem does not yet match your expectations. Your esteem does not yet match the effort required to get to that mountaintop. How you view yourself, think of yourself, value yourself, the worth that you have, the efficacy that you have, does not match the desired task at hand, the goal, the dream, the plan. You know what the plan might be, but you don't see yourself doing it yet. You haven't said, I'm like that. I'm capable of that. I'm worthy of that. I'm deserving of that. I'm ready for that. I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to evolve and to become the person who does that, deserves that, manifests that. Your esteem is stuck in old circumstances, old stories. Your identity is tied to who you were in high school, or that old relationship, or that old job, or the current difficulties of life, not in the fields of the future. And so often our identity, how we view and value ourselves, is actually the thing that's happening, not actual technical overwhelm. Meaning not real overwhelm of too many tasks at hand, applying this particular plan. It's that I don't feel like I can. I don't feel like I can do it. Yes, they can do it. Other people have done it. Yeah, I bought his course, but I'm not like him. Yeah, I saw her do it, and she explained exactly what to do, but, I'm not like her. So we compare ourselves to other people versus spinning up the visualization of who we are and what we are capable of, and each day living into and becoming the person that we are required to become to build that, create that, manifest that. Isn't it always an act of becoming? But if your identity or your esteem is too, quote unquote, low, your self-esteem, as an example, is too low, or your social esteem is too low, you just won't try because you don't see yourself doing that. This is why I'm always telling people, you got to visualize. Lay in bed in the morning, thinking about what you're going to do that day. Visualize yourself doing it epically well, with excellence, with joy, with good humor. See yourself out in the future, achieving your goals and your dreams, going through the difficulties for them too, but having that positive outcome. Seeing yourself speak to yourself in a positive way when you do struggle. That visualization of your future, of your dreams, it's so key. We've got to raise up our esteem if we are going to make the effort. Third part of this acronym is time management. Yes, a lot of people are overwhelmed, and it's related to time management. A lot of people have the plan. They think very highly of themselves, but they manage their time so poorly, of course they're overwhelmed. I always share that the average American watching 4 hours of television a day, when you add that up, it's like, whoa, that's almost 30 hours a week. When you add in the average American's use of social media, it's basically losing 40 some hours a week. That's a whole work week gone in distraction or, entertainment. And I'm not somebody to say that, entertainment, television, media, computers, or technology or social media are bad. I'm just here to say there's trade-offs in our time management. The more we spend lost in distraction, the less time we have to pursue our dreams, to pivot and adjust, to try new things, to be with family, to monitor our finances, to achieve that specific goal. Our time management is one of the fundamental and most important skills and competencies we'll ever develop in our lifetime. And I'm happy. I was forced to figure out time management because I had 3 jobs in college. I wasn't one of those kids that my parents were able to pay for school. I had to work throughout high school and throughout college to pay for it. And it was really hard. So learning to balance 3 jobs and academia and graduate from college, that was a lot. That was a lot. I wanted to still have fun and meet people and date, so I had to figure out how to fit it all in. And that early time management served me. But even if you can fit it all in, it doesn't yet mean you're a high performer. If you've read my book, High Performance Habits, you know that it's not always what's about, what you can achieve, because lots of people can achieve lots of things. Is what you are doing important, necessary, prioritized, impactful, compared to all the other things you could be doing? That act of prioritizing each day is the reason I go on growth day. People say, you really fill out your goals every day? I'm like, yeah. Why? Because I'm in a constant state of reprioritization. I need to look at them, think about them, and most importantly for me, return to them. Because I'm one of those people who can come up with 40 businesses today. I can think of 700 actions to take today. I'm one of those people who does not lack the brainstorming capabilities. The issue is the prioritization capabilities are the most important part. Tons of people have ideas. Few have time well managed. And so when people say overwhelmed, I'm like, let's look at your time. What are you doing with it? Where's it going? Who's it with? What's being worked on? What's not being worked on? And just getting really clear. It's amazing what happens when you get 2 hours of your life back every day. And by the way, I've been coaching for now 16 years full time. Every week, coaching like high performers, achievers from around the world. I've never met anybody who I couldn't get 2 hours back a day unless they were a brand new parent or if they're having a medical issue. Pretty much everybody else can find a stunning amount of time. And you might say, well, that's not possible for me today on Thursday or on a Monday or on a Sunday. I know. But if we average it out over the course of a month and we average it out, I bet I could find 2 hours for you on average per day. It's not that much. It seems like a lot, but it's not. And even if you're like, that's not possible, Brendan, I've tried. I go, I know, but are there some things that you're trying and working on right now that are taking hours, but are not leaning you or leading you to where you want to go? And most people, they've got to sacrifice sometimes fun things or good things or things that are okay. They got to sacrifice the hours spent on those to give more hours to the things that will lead to real impact or longer term impact or higher benefit. It's just a time management issue. And by the way, I know I'm sounding very casual about this. I worry about that. I know I sound so casual when I'm saying these things because it sounds like sometimes I'm flippant or condescending or dismissive. And It's not, I'm just so used to talking about these, not because I know everything, but because I've talked about it so many times with so many clients, with so many audiences over the years. And I just know we get stuck in the pit. It's usually lack of a plan, lack of the identity to do the thing, or lack of time management. Obviously, other things come into life. This is not meant to be a, all-encompassing acronym that handles every circumstance ever. That's not how personal development goes. Personal development is you learn some new frameworks, learn some new ideas, test them, see them if they're true for you right now. If they are, great. If they're not, throw them away and move on. But maybe something I said resonated with why you might be struggling with action, consistency, movement, momentum, progress in the path that you want to go in. Is there anything going on where you don't have a plan? Where you're just thinking too lowly of yourself? Or you're not managing your time well? Maybe revisit those things next time you feel like you're stuck in the pit of inaction, overwhelm, uncertainty, or fear, and try to optimize for those things. Even if you say, I'm pretty good in those, Brendan. I'm like, okay, what's the next level? What's the next level of a great plan for you? Because what got you to this point of success, you might need another level, a more advanced plan for the next level of success. Okay, how do you consider yourself and think of yourself? Well, I'm okay. I'm kind of happy. Okay, is there something more you can do to visualize your identity, to find that confidence, to have that self-assurance, to know that you can, to see yourself in a different light, to give yourself more credit? You're already good at time management. Is there something you can do to maybe get a few minutes back today or this week? Maybe something you could sacrifice for something more worthwhile with your time? I don't know. We're just here doing the self-improvement today, trying to gain some self-awareness so you can gain some self-mastery so you can make some social impact. We're all just trying to get better so we can improve the world. And today you did that by showing up. Every day is a great day to grow. I appreciate you being here. Listen to this daily fire that we can do this work together today. If these daily fires are serving you, if Growth Day is serving you in any way, could you do us a favor? Hop on over to the app stores, the Apple App Store or over to Android, and could you just give us some positive reviews, some feedback? We could use not only your voice in the marketplace, but gosh, my team appreciates it. I appreciate it. I'm recording this one at 11:52 at night, coming out here to the studio, doing this one for you. Easy to forget that as we're building Growth Day here, we're building it for you. And our team is just working all the time, all around the world to support you. And if you appreciate that, maybe you could go leave us a review today. I'd sure appreciate it, knowing that somewhere out there in the darkness of the night where I'm at, that this message hits somebody's ears and makes a difference, helps them rise out of that pit and find something, some access point, some self-awareness, some motivation, some new insight that makes them make some decisions, move forward, feel better, make a difference, and grow. Thanks again for being here. Every day is a great day to grow. We did it together. All right, if you love this daily fire today, quick reminder, comment on it down below. What did you learn? What do you think? What do you have to share? This is about social learning in Growth Day. We learn from each other. We have that humility to learn from each other, but we also have that service leadership mindset where we want to share our life lessons with one another. So what have you learned about this topic? Put it in the comments down below and then get your growth streak.